All right, we have the White Ranger from Super 7. So continuing our journey through the 6 various versions of Tommy that have been released. This will be the second video. This one actually came out prior to the Draken one that you saw in the last video. I didn't mention it, but even on the Draken one, there actually is a bicep swivel in there. It's just that mine are not loose because they get cold, but they will turn. This one suffers from what I mentioned in the Draken video. It looks like this crotch is just too big, and it looks like he's kind of wearing a diaper. I wish the crotch on was smaller like on the Draken one. It just, for some reason, just looks better on this particular figure. But his head actually goes up a little bit further, so his will actually look up towards the sky. I imagine if you played with it, you could probably get the shield off if you really wanted to. I personally, just because these figures cost too much, I don't try to explore too much with them. He does come with the Saba that we mentioned, and they have like these different heads you can put on them. You got just the regular Saba head where he looks like he's talking or stationary. Then they come with this one where he's got like the laser blast coming out of the eyes. That's pretty neat. He does come with a bunch of accessories. I will say that they pretty much, if you could think of it, they have it. You've got the Sword of Light, I believe is what it was called, where they transferred Jason, Zack, and Trini's powers, I believe, or it was the one that was used to transfer Kimberly's powers to Catherine. These are the Tommy heads. This one looks pretty much, I think, like Tommy. This one over here, it kind of does, but kind of doesn't. Face looks a little too puffy, I think. And of course, it comes with the flip head type sword. You know, that's supposed to be retro. Like, I would never display it with mine, but it's just neat to have it in there, I guess. Then it comes with the orbs that he would put in the Tiger Zord to shoot out the mouth, the concussion blast. And he comes with all the different, like, posing hands to hold the sword, fist, everything else that you could think of. So that's not a bad array of different assortment of items. No Morpher, which I found kind of unusual. You would think that pretty much all the other ones have come with Morphers, but his did not. But we're not done there, because you're thinking, well, didn't they just release the metallic one, which is pretty much the exact same figure, and it moves exactly the same way. You've got the swivel down here, you've got the knee, the feet. You do have like the limited mobility on the legs, like that's about as far as it can go. I will mention that. I mean, you can kind of play with it to make it go about as far as you can, but again, these figures cost so much I try not to. Mine does have a couple of like little defects. You can see where the paint chipped right there on the knee. These are pinless too, so these continue the pinless figures of the Super 7 line. But it's basically the exact same figure, and this one has little paint defects as well right there on his hip. You can see that there's like a little smudge, but it's pretty neat. Like, it's supposed to be reminiscent of the retro metallic figures that came out for the movie in 1995, so that's what these are really based on. And plus, they had a lowered price point. I think these were $35 for the metallic ones. So he only came with, like, the flip head, blade blaster, accessory, and he came with the Silver Saba retro one that the regular White Ranger came with. Personally speaking, you know, I didn't really care for those. I think probably out of these retro ones, these metallic ones, I think the White Ranger is the one that looks the best, because at least he has like the correct belt on. And I understand that on the other retro ones back in the day. It was like a little red orb on the belt. So they were trying to go for authenticity to what the figure looked like, but I was like, I would have preferred if they just left the regular Morpher on there, or more in line with what we saw on the TV show. But, you know, you got to take for what you get. You know, this was a cheaper figure. So, and these were on HasbroPulse.com. I don't know if they're still there or not. I imagine they are, because I don't think people were exactly too thrilled with these. This is what it looks like from behind. You can see the thing for the ab crunch. So even though it's pinless, you still got that glaring thing. But most of the time, you're not going to be looking from these from behind. It does swivel some at the waist too, as I discovered. But again, these figures, I try not to move them too much, just because of how much you have to pay for them. You know, you don't want them to break. Because mine, once I get them posed, they just sit on a shelf and look nice, because that's what I want them to do. So essentially, these are the same figure. They just reposed them. I think that the Tiger Zord symbol on the chest could have been a little bit smaller. I think it's a little too big. That would be my overall gripe for these, but all in all, not too bad. Again, this is definitely the best one out of the 7 metallic ones they did, but I've decided to review these together because they're essentially the same figure. Oh yeah, if you look closely on my White Ranger there, the eyes a little bit, you would think, with these being as expensive as they are, that they would have paid a little bit better detail, but overall, not bad. I don't have any complaints, but that is all. When we finally get done covering all the Tommies, I'll line them up and we'll look at them in one video real quickly, because I like to try to keep these short. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Did you buy either one of these, or are they not interesting to you? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching.